There is a voice inside you that never stops talking. It comments on everything, what people think of you, whether you are good enough, whether you are safe, whether you are loved. It compares, it judges, it worries, it plans. It is rarely quiet, and most of the time, you believe it is you. But what if it isn't? What if this voice, this constant inner narrator, is not your true self, but something built on top of it? A mask that formed so slowly, so early, that you forgot you were wearing it. The great masters of self-knowledge, Rumi, Attar, Hafez, Khayyam, all pointed to the same root cause of human suffering. They called it by different names: the nafs, the mental I, the veil, the stranger within. In modern language, we call it the ego. This is what this series is about. Not the ego as arrogance, though that is part of it, but the ego in its deepest sense, the false self, the counterfeit version of you that has been running your life without your full awareness. The word ego simply means I in Latin. But in the tradition of self-knowledge, from the Sufi masters to modern psychology, it refers to something more specific. The ego is the mental image you have constructed of who you are. It is made of your name, your roles, your titles. I am a teacher, a parent, a successful person, a failure. It is made of your beliefs about yourself. I am smart. I am not good enough. I am special. I am broken. It is your story, the narrative of your past that you carry everywhere and identify with completely. Your opinions, your preferences, your defenses. The invisible wall between me and the world. This image feels absolutely real. It feels like you. But the masters say it is not. It is a construction, assembled piece by piece from childhood, from experience, from what others told you, from what you told yourself, to survive. Rumi puts it strikingly. When you are with yourself, the friend comes like a thorn. The self he is referring to, the self that stings and agitates, is this mental I, the ego. As long as we are consumed by it, peace cannot enter. There is a voice inside you that never stops talking. Here is something important to understand from the very beginning. The ego is not your enemy in the sense of something to hate or destroy. It formed for a reason. As a child, you needed a sense of self to navigate the world. You needed to know where you ended and others began. You needed to protect yourself, to learn, to adapt. The ego was a survival tool. The problem is not that it exists. It is that it has overgrown its purpose. What was meant to be a useful function has become the master of the house. Like a guard who was hired to protect the gate, but ended up locking the owner outside. The masters do not say, destroy yourself. They say, know yourself. Because in true self-knowledge, the false self is not destroyed violently. It is simply seen for what it is. And what is fully seen loses its power to deceive. To understand the ego, it helps to draw a clear distinction. The ego, the false self, is created by the mind. It is made of memories, beliefs, roles. It is constantly changing. Fragile. It needs approval. It fears rejection. It suffers, defends, competes. It is about you. The true self is different. It pre-exists thought. It is pure awareness, pure presence, unchanging, steady, complete in itself, at peace, open, free. It does not exist about you. It simply is you. The ego lives in time, always referencing the past, or projecting into the future. The true self, by contrast, exists only in the present moment. This is why the masters so often speak of presence as the gateway to freedom, not as a technique, but as a return to what you already are. You may wonder, if I have been living with this ego all my life, and I am still functioning, why does it matter? Here's the master's answer. Every problem in your life, every conflict, every anxiety, every feeling of not being enough, every broken relationship, every sense of inner emptiness has one root: the ego. Not circumstances, not other people, the ego. Because the ego distorts perception, it sees everything through the filter of its own survival and self-image. It turns people into threats or allies. It turns ordinary moments into either validation or rejection. It keeps you from ever being fully at rest, fully present, fully yourself. Sadi of Shiraz wrote, "The human being is a mirror, but the dust of ego covers the glass. When the glass is covered, you cannot see clearly. Not yourself, not others, not life as it is." This series is about cleaning the glass. In this first lesson, we have introduced the idea of the ego, not as a philosophical abstraction, but as something you live with every day. That inner voice, that self-image, that invisible filter through which everything passes. In the next lesson, we will look at how the ego forms, where it comes from, and why it feels so absolutely like you. For now, just carry this one question with you. When I say I, what exactly am I referring to? Sit with it, not to answer it immediately, but to feel how strange and how profound the question really is.